Hoennshy by Fenix. Chapter 5 Legacy. Flutershy's Pokedex began to beep as the clock struck 9 o'clock. Peel Park Gym was lit up to illuminate the path for aspiring trainers and to welcome them to the Pokemon League. Fluttershy didn't feel like one of them. The sun had set hours ago, giving way to the moon and stars whose light was drowned out by the city's buzzing lights. As he stood near the building, a group of young ponies opened the door and entered with a large blue mud skipper, orange body protrusions, and two dark blue fins on its head. The Pokemon made Ours look like a small chew toy in comparison, which caused Fluttershy to shudder. "Hey, is it time for your fight yet?" Rainbow Dash asked excitedly. It had been a few hours since their meal at the Horse du Jour, and she appeared very antsy for something interesting to happen. "Also, did you see all those boys staring at me and Pinky? We must be so cool here." "Maybe it's because you aren't wearing any clothes, remember?" remarked Fluttershy as he glanced at Rainbow's exposed hide. She shook her head and looked back at the gym. "I'm not going to fight. I didn't fight that cult near Oldale Town, so why should I fight a League member?" At that moment, she felt Ours rub its head against her hind leg, making her feel a little less anxious. "If you aren't going to do anything, then why are we waiting here? We could be doing so many other things, like exploring those woods over here, or we can see what else is in this town," Pinky argued. She looked around, surveying her surroundings for anything better to do. "Those memories I have from that girl are telling me I have to go to this gym while I'm here. If I don't, then those headaches will come back." Fluttershy preemptively rubbed her head, then quickly set her hoof back down. "While I'm here, I like things to be as calm as possible." Tense-filled minutes slowly ticked away as the three of them waited. The night was quiet. The bustle of the small town had halted, leaving only lit windows and illuminated business signs for any of them to take notice of. The forest was pitch black due to the town's lights, which caused Fluttershy to feel cramped and tense. Back in Ponyville, the moon's light would dance across the ground with the help of the stars, allowing all of Equestria to be seen at night. Even the everfree forest, which Fluttershy steered clear of, felt more inviting than the oppressive cold that the forest had become. A few moments later, the group of ponies came out into the gym, ecstatic. The blue unicorn was holding a case, with several pins in the air in his mouth, hurling and jumping around with excitement. Fluttershy watched as they entered the building with a red roof to celebrate. She took a deep breath and checked the time on her Pokedex. 9:27 p.m. After closing the device, she set it back in her bag and headed towards the door in silence, with Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie following suit. She took one deep breath and then entered the gym. The inside of the gym felt more massive than the outside had implied. It was built like a fighting dojo. Punching bags were attached to the ceilings with chains. Mats covered the hardwood floor with two distinct sides separating it. A Pokeball design was placed in the center of the gym floor. It seemed to be the themes of the town. The red bleachers covered the perimeter with several ponies in the crowd with signs. Bright white fluorescent lights hung from the ceilings. It was a little much, Fluttershy thought. "Wow, this place is huge!" Pinkie Pie said excitedly. "Welcome to the Peelberg Gym!" A voice bellowed from the other side. The light brown stallion with a short black mane approached the three with a smile on his face. "Congratulations on getting—" He paused to quickly gobble over to Fluttershy. "May, you're my 9:30 challenger?" The computer must have screwed something up. Your name came up as a weird mess of characters. "Whew! Missing now!" "Unsurprised he let you come here so early." He hugged her, making her shrink back. "How was the move?" My name wasn't—" Fluttershy started, but was halted by a short twinge of pain. After squeezing her eyes shut, she opened and squeaked, "It was fine, Dad." Fluttershy, what are you talking about?" "Those two," Sally said, cutting Rainbow Dash short. He looked down with a puzzled look. "Your two naked friends?" Fluttershy quickly regained her composure. She felt the confidence of the girl her memories were coming from, though, as she talked up to the stallion. "This is Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie." She pointed to both of them. Then looked at Ours. "And this is Ours, my, Turtwig." "Turtwig!" Her face went flush. She couldn't stand not knowing what an animal was called, and had no idea of remembering if she was wrong, and the stress was making it hard for her to remember. "Haha, a Turtwig, I assure you. I'm surprised Birch gave you a Pokemon all the way from Sinnoh," he said, trying back to the opposite side of the arena. "Well, actually, he was a Trico first." "Alright, let's see what your Turtwig can do." The stallion said, facing the Pokemon battle on the ground. My name is Norman, the 5th gym leader of the Hoenn's Pokemon League. I humbly accept your challenge. Fluttershy's eyes widened. Fifth? She began to shake. I I will fight you. She tried to say as her vision became white, and she felt a wave of dizziness rush over her. She wobbled back and forth before collapsing. She heard a faint voice to her left reverberating through her head. Hey, Dad! Fluttershy opened up her eyes and quickly turned her head. The girl from the day before was jumping right in front next to her. She could see her in much better detail than before, but her body was still wispy and translucent. Her face was like that of a monkey's, but it was sleek and pointed chin and smaller nose. Her head, or was only on top of her head, flowing down like a mane. The spirit's eyes were much smaller than on her head proportion than what the Fluttershy was. She was a little taller than her as well. Fluttershy looked around frantically for something familiar, but Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie were gone. The bleachers were empty as well. May, I didn't expect to see you here, the strange-looking Norman said, hugging May. He was wearing a red jacket and black pants like he had outside vision. He towered over Fluttershy, making her a little anxious. How was the move? Did you get your Pokemon yet? Yeah, she said excitedly, grabbed a Pokeball from her belt, and released it to Chico. Psh! I got him for Professor Perks for saving him from the disease lagoon. Fluttershy couldn't believe what she was saying. May still had her Chico intact. Why Alice changed into a Turtwig that morning was all she could think about as this transpired. Norman bent down and patted Chico on the head. Looks like a strong one. Maybe we could battle someday when you get stronger. He looked up at May and placed his hands on her shoulders. We have a legacy to uphold, May. Do the best you can and have fun. I'll be rooting for you. Thanks, Dad. May responded with a smile before sending Chico back into the Pokeball. She turned away and headed towards the doors. Wait, there's a boy outside. Wally, I think. Could you show him how to catch a Pokemon? It would really make the kid's day. Sure, May responded as he closed the doors behind her. Good luck, Norman yelled as Fluttershy's vision went white again. She shivered, trying to make sense of the scene. Before Fluttershy knew it, her vision was perfectly clear again. She was head down in her hose and the arena was completely silent. Embarrassed, she slowly lifted her head, seeing all the ponies in the gym staring at her with concern, considering their expressions. She got up to her four hose and quickly uttered an apology. Are you alright, Fluttershy? You had us worried for a bit there, Rainbow Dash asked, but got no response. First I could only think about the vision, and how everything in this situation felt wrong. Norman was weighing with a white feral monkey with a tuft of red hair on his forehead on the field. She couldn't help but notice his large black claws as well. After a deep breath, Fluttershy called out, I will fight you. A sharp pain coursed through her head, causing her to double over. She took some quick breaths and let the pains aside. Why is the pain coming back? I'm not supposed to fight him, she thought, trying to deny Norman again. After feeling another sharp pain coming on, she decided enough was enough. Alright, I'll fight you. She heard the crowd roar. Are you sure you want to do this? Pinkie asked. It was the first time Fluttershy had seen Pinkie upset since her surprise birthday fiasco, but she had no other choice. I'm fine, she stated coldly. Alice, please be careful. The small turtle made his way onto the field, looked back with a smile on his face. The crowd roared, streamers flew as their horns were let off. Let the next chapter of our legacy begin, May, Norman announced, pointing to the monkey. Figure-off, use focus punch! Figure-off! At that moment, Figure-off's right fist began to glow white. First I could see the raw fire in its eyes. Panicking, she dug through the bag and went down her Pokedex. She opened it up, hoping it could give her some answers. It beat as it was open, a screen began to glow. It showed a screen with an image of Aros, with a list of attacks he had skill enough to perform. One attack struck out to her. It was the only one she was willing to do. Aros, use control! Fluttershy commanded, hoping it was enough to ward off whatever the beast was going to do. Aros nodded and shielded himself. Dirt, wig! A moment later, the Figure-off sprang forward, arching its arm back, and slammed its fist into Aros onto the ground, sending him flying, tumbling across the room. It stood there, and arched over with a look of malice as it clenched its teeth. Bound after bound, Aros slammed into the ground. Fluttershy's heart missing a beat with every crunch she heard. Her head began quivering as Aros finally stopped sliding across the ground. He wasn't moving.
Ours?
Fluttershy squeaked, fussing towards the turtwig. Her throat began to close, and tears welled up in her eyes. She tried to say something else as she examined Alris's mangled body, but nothing came out. Turtwig is unable to battle! Pointing at a black and white striped star announced. Flutter body trembled, and small audible sobs were drowned out by a exuberant cheering of the crowd. She nudged Alris with her hoof, trying desperately to find out the damage he took. There were multiple bruises on his head and legs, with several scrapes as well. There was a faint smile on his face, but Fluttershy couldn't keep her composure any longer.
Fluttershy?
Rainbow Dash asked, placing her hoof on Fluttershy's back.
I...
Fluttershy squeaked as he picked up Alris.
I'm sorry.
She cried as he butted out the door, with tears streaming down her face. Norman, you made Fluttershy cry. I've got to mute you with your name on it.
Fluttershy, wait!
Pinkie Pie yelled out, galloping out the gym with her.
What did you do?
Fluttershy heard Rainbow yell at Norman, but that was all she could hear before she powdered her way through the town into the forest. After landing on a small dew-covered patch of grass, she let down Alris and quickly went through her bag. Inside was a few rolls of cloth bandages, and patches laced with herbal antiseptics. As she started to tape Alris's wounds, trying her hardest to see through the veil of tears in her eyes. After all the wounds were wrapped, she bowed her head, letting all the emotions she balled up rush to her at once.
Fluttershy, are you alright? You went so quickly. I didn't see what happened.
Pinkie asked, trying to comfort her.
I don't think I can save him.
Fluttershy sobbed, looking up at Pinkie.
What do you mean?
The worry in Pinkie's voice only made Fluttershy more ashamed.
Turtles are fragile creatures, and he impacted that punch. There's probably a turtle bleeding, and I can't.
Fluttershy felt her heart break into two.
He's going to die just because I don't want another headache.
She let her head sink into her hose and cried.
David cheered. You'll be alright.
Pinkie tried to comfort her bawling friend.
It's not your fault they made you fight the fifth guy.
All Pinkie could do was watch Fluttershy in the grass. There's nothing she could do for her. She tried around Fluttershy and looked at Alris. His eyes were open and he was trying to move. He shook his head as trying to shake it off.
Are you alright, Alris? That looks like you hurt.
Pinkie said to the turtwig. He turned to her, a slightly smiled, obviously still in pain.
You don't look like you're dying, but I've never seen anyone die, so I wouldn't know. Hey, Fluttershy, do dying animals normally walk around like this?
Fluttershy's head snapped up at Pinkie's inquiry. She shook her hoof and wiped her tears from her eyes, and saw Alris starting to move around, but he was moving nonetheless.
How is he?
She snapped, moving closer to see him better. She couldn't understand it. In all the years she had been a veterinarian, she had never seen an animal make such a miraculous recovery with no medicine so quickly.
Hey, there you two are!
Rainbow Dash called as he flew towards the two.
What happened? Are you alright? I'm fine, and so is Alris, amazingly.
Fluttershy responded, looking up at Alris.
I have no idea how he survived the hit, but he seems to be making a good recovery.
Yeah, that's what I figured after talking to that Norman guy. He was saying something about how Pokemon are resilient. So Alris was able to resist a hit like that. He was wondering why he left in such a hurry.
Wait, but did you talk to Norman?
Fluttershy asked, confused. After I was done yelling at him, he told me a lot, actually. He also gave me this chip to put into your computer thing. Rainbow took a small chip out from her hair and brought it down to Fluttershy, started digging through her bag.
What does it do?
Fluttershy asked. She opened the Pokedex up. It registers me for the league. Fluttershy's eyes widened at Rainbow's explanation. She dropped the Pokedex as her mouth blanking.
What?
Fluttershy snapped.
Why did you put this on there? How could you want to do this?
She was shaking for the confrontation, but had to say something. I had to do it. After seeing what these Pokemon... Right. I had to sign up. After seeing what those things could do. I've never seen anything greater on the ground in one punch. We need a way to defend ourselves. And those things are what we need.
So you want to exploit them? I thought better of you, Rainbow Dash.
No. Norman told me everything about the League. And since he isn't too confused with weird memories, I trust he knows what he's talking about. First he sat down. Somehow knowing it was going to be a long explanation. Okay, so these Pokemon are born to fight. They're really easy to train, so ponies can easily make them strong really quickly.
Okay.
Fluttershy said, knowing that this was the case. Memories were found, still were becoming more and more useful. Surprisingly, Pinkie was quiet as Rainbow spoke.
So, they're so easy to train and borrow strange powers they have. They're
They're basically animal weapons in the wrong hooves.
weapons? That's a little nuts.
Pinkie interrupted. Whatever, just listen. Rainbow snapped in frustration. So the League here was set up to train ponies to protect themselves using these ponies since we can't do any magic ourselves. They don't fight for sport, they fight for self-defense. At least, that's what Norman told me. You also forgot that they're also fun, that they like to fight. They enjoy it. For them, it's fun. Arrows leaked up from Fluttershy's hooves and started to walk around. It had been night for far longer than they had thought, now that the air was cold with the moon now comfortably situated in the sky. Lights in the buildings had all gone out, with streetlights making the town feel lifeless. So, what do we do about a place to sleep for tonight? Rainbow asked, trying to change the subject. Norman told me that there's this thing called a Pokemon Center that houses trainers for free for tonight. We could try that.
That sounds like a great idea.
Pinkie said, springing at her house.
Is that center the only building with the lights on?
She pointed to a building with a light blue glow coming from the windows and a white Pokeball symbol on the roof. Well, what are we doing here? Let's check it out! Rainbow flew off, leaving a rainbow streak behind her. Pinkie hopped along, following Fluttershy. She picked up her magical spies. She picked up Auris, with her head held low, made her way to the building with the other two. May? Norma called out from in front of the gym. Fluttershy turned her head and watched him gallop towards her. Zaros made princes on Fluttershy's bandana. Are you okay? I never thought you'd run out of the gym like that. Fluttershy stopped to meet the stallion, slightly flinching as Norman embraced her.
I was just under a lot of stress, that's all.
Good. I'm glad you came out of it okay. Norman released Fluttershy and gently patted her on the head. I thought I had missed something by coming here earlier. He looked over to Rainbow and Pinkie as he watched her in the distance.
I'm sorry I worried you.
Fluttershy said before taking a step back towards her friends.
This is just so new to me.
It's okay. You'll come onto your own sooner than you think. Norman smiled as he looked towards the gym. Before Fluttershy could move away, the stallion had a beaming face. You did well tonight, May. How the League brought you to me first, I'll never understand. But I've never seen you more compassionate for a Pokemon than I saw tonight. I don't know if it was your new friends that brought about this change. I'm so glad to see you fully embark on your journey.
I was more compassionate than May. What kind of girl is she?
Good luck. Make sure to keep in touch with me and your mother. We'll want to hear all about it. Norman gave Fluttershy one last tight hug before turning back to the gym. The first gym you should go to is the one in Rustboro City. She uses ground and rock types, so your Turtwig should be great against her. If you have any more trouble with your gym order, I'll make sure to sort it out. He turned to face Fluttershy one last time. Make us proud. Let our legacy continue.
Thanks.
Fluttershy squeaked. She watched Norman head back inside the gym as the next opponent made her entrance. She sighed with relief and turned around to catch up with Rainbow and Pinkie as they stood near the entrance of the Pokemon Center. Without saying a word, the three entering the bustled building. The inside was filled to the brim with cots and mats for ponies to sleep on. There was a direct path to a pink mare with a white doctor's coat behind the counter. Fluttershy daintily made her way to the past of a mob of ponies, looking at all the medical equipment behind the counter.
Welcome to the Pokemon Center. How can I help you tonight?
The mayor asked, bowing her head slightly.
Do you have any more room for tonight? I mean, with the amount of ponies here.
Of course, but we only have room left downstairs, the mayor explained.
Okay, I'll head down there, I guess.
Fluttershy stated, as he daintily tried towards the stairs.
Fluttershy, what about Auris?
Pinkie asked, stopping Fluttershy in her tracks.
Is there anything from here for tonight?
Oh, you have an injured Pokemon? We'll be able to take care of him tonight, and make sure he's ready for wherever you're heading tomorrow. Nurse said with a warm smile.
All right.
Fluttershy said meekly, as he trotted back to the desk, letting Auris hop down onto the counter.
Are you sure it's all right if I keep him here?
She squeaked in a panic. Don't worry. Pokemon centers are here to heal Pokemon when they're injured in battles. He'll be all better by the time you wake up in the morning. The mayor slightly chuckled. Looks like you tried your hoof in healing him yourself. You have a good eye for patient care, it seems. Fluttershy wasn't used to getting compliments about her veterinary skills, but she sure liked it quite a bit. The mayor took Auris and placed him on the bed. like a pink blob creature with stubby arms and a nurse hat wheel him off to the stair in the back. Don't ask me why Dad Tansy was singing Batman theme,
Thank you.
Fluttershy said, when she turned back and tried down the stairs. The basement was as full of ponies as the main lobby, most of them already asleep. It was lit up with bright fluorescent lights, as the lobby had been, making Fluttershy wish he would have slept under the stars like he did the night before. There was a small empty section on the floor, enough for three to tightly fit in. Luckily, only one pony could be heard snoring. So, you have any sleeping gear in that bag? Rainbow asked. I didn't pack any since I was going to sleep on a cloud on my certs. There isn't really an option here, is it?
I might. I haven't really completely chance to go through this yet.
Fluttershy dumped out the contents of the bag to find anything the three could sleep on. All she could find was one small rolled-up sleeping mat. She sighed and unrolled it.
I shouldn't have fought Norman today.
Are you still going on about that? Alorus is fine. You didn't do anything wrong, Rainbow started.
No, I mean, I really shouldn't have fought him. When he tells me to the fight and I refuse, I got some kind of memory vision.
The
The girl just went up to talk to him and left to show some kid how to catch Pokemon. Something weird is happening. That's strange,
Pinky said.
Anything else weird happened today? I already told you about.
Fluttershy paused as he looked about the vision.
So the girl in the vision had a Trico, the Pokemon I got from the professor back in town I ended up in. Like I told you before, ours had been turned into a turtwig when I was asleep yesterday. Oh, right. You see anything strange then? Like a unicorn or Equestria?
Pinky asked as Rainbow groaned and slammed her head forehead against her forehead.
No, nothing like that. I remember my dream was just a normal dream, but something tilted me awake. That's why I checked on ours and he turned into a turtwig.
Fluttershy paused and glanced at both her friends.
You said you came from early this morning, right?
Yeah, Rainbow said, quickly snapped back. Wait, are you saying we did this?
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Fluttershy said, shrinking back. Rainbow tried to the small mattress and laid herself down, trying to make room for the other two. Let's just get some sleep, she muttered as she closed her eyes and turned to their side. Fluttershy struggled in the middle as Pinky flopped down to the other side. She closed her eyes and saw nothing but red on her eyelids, making it hard to get to sleep. But it didn't matter to her. She was just happy to have two of her friends help her in this strange world. You know, guys, if this fic had finished, a part of me kind of wished that Pinkie Pie and that Fluttershy would end up fighting Rainbow Dash in a Pokemon battle in a part of the league before she met what they were League 4. It would be so awesome! The sounds of many voices woke Fluttershy up. She stretched out and took to the tension again out of her joints, but she said it fell off. She couldn't feel Rainbow or Pinkie on the other side of her. She opened her eyes and looked around, noticing they were both gone. Her bag appeared to be rummaged through as well. Without thinking, she rolled up the mat, grabbed her bag, and then galloped up the stairs. When she reached the top, she saw both of the ponies standing there. She wasn't sure what was happening, but a flurry of senses hit her. Flurry of heart, cut it out! The smells of fresh-baked goods, specialty fruits and spices filled the air and pierced her nostrils. She licked her lips. Of all the turmoil of thoughts, she hadn't paid any attention to how hungry she was. The line was relatively small, with most of the ponies already gone with their taken share. She tried over and waited, cocking her head to the side every once in a while to see what she could get. Hey, Fluttershy! Rainbow Dash called out, taking Fluttershy out of her hunger-filled trance. Rainbow was standing just past the Pokemon Center doors with a brown jacket and a white fluffy collar, was covered in a white shirt, along with black pants that covered her flank.
Wait, did you go college shopping? Where did you get the money for it?
Fluttershy asked, still trying to take in the sight of her friend, with clothes that wasn't made by Rarity. Pinky and I woke up before you could get some clothes. We kind of took some money out of your bag, and we needed to get something. Fluttershy sighed, moving closer to the amount of food on the table.
Where's Pinky? I thought you said she went with you.
I'm running, Pinky shouted, springing out from behind Rainbow Dash. She had a light blue shirt with jeans and overalls on it.
I couldn't find anything that looked very fun, so I got something different. Looks good, huh?
First, I couldn't help but snicker. In all her time we were friends, she never seemed to look so ridiculous. She covered her mouth trying to disguise the laughter.
I'm sorry, it's just...
Tears formed in her eyes as her laughter grew. A few seconds she sniffed and wiped the tears from her eyes.
You look fine.
Well, at least today's starting better out than yesterday, she said, glancing over at Pinky. We should probably find some Pokemon to catch. We can't be out here forever with just ours. Rainbow dug through the pockets of the jacket, taking out several miniature Pokeballs. I picked some of these as well. Thought we might need them.
Alright.
Fluttershy said as he made her way to the start of the food-filled table. She grabbed a small amount to fill her plate and sat down to eat. Rainbow and Pinky trotted over and sat down beside her. So, what's the plan? Are we going to go off on your weird, messed-up memories? Rainbow asked.
I can't really think of anything else to do. Twilight hasn't tried to talk to me lately, so I don't know how long it'll take him to find that spell. I'll get hours out of this. Then we should probably head west, since it's the only other way out of town.
Rainbow and Pinky nodded in agreement. No matter what we find, we'll come out of it okay. Rainbow stated with confidence. If we ever get into trouble, we can always use this to help us out. Rainbow dug through the towel bags and looked out a small vial of liquid. It was mostly clear, but a wisp of teal, ficus liquid swirled and contorted in the slightest movement. Fluttershy leaned in closer to get a better look at it, freely reeling back a shot.
Is that Artemis? How did he get that? I don't know if any other pony has that type of medicine.
I got it from your medicine cabinet before I left to fight you, just in case anything happened to me or you. You said it was really potent medicine, right?
Yes, but I never expected any pony to use it but me.
Fluttershy sighed, took another food plate and ate it.
I didn't expect you to pay that much attention to what I was saying when you were over.
What kind of friend would I be if I didn't? Rainbow asked, before Fluttershy's face flushed a bright red hue. Don't worry about it. She placed the vial carefully back into her saddlebag, and waited patiently for Fluttershy to finish her breakfast.
Thanks, Rainbow,
Fluttershy said with a smile as she finished her plate.
thank you so much for coming with me. It really means a lot.
Wouldn't it be badass if, say, Fluttershy ends up using that medicine to get herself a Kyogre or a Groudon?
Thanks, don't miss it, Fluttershy, Piggy exclaimed. Besides, all those weird things, it's been fun so far. And the ponies are really well.
Pinky, with her plate clear, Fluttershy scooted over onto the other sitting ponies and reached the front desk. It had been Fluttershy's first night in this world without a Pokemon, and she was anxious to see Iris again.
Excuse me. My turtwig has been taken care of last night. Could I get him back, please? Also, what do I have for breakfast and lodging? It's my first time in a Pokemon Center Inn.
He heard her, sitting down her paperwork. The breakfast is complimentary, the mayor laughed. What's your turtwig's name?
Iris.
Let me go check. With that, the mayor went off into the back. The three waited in silence, both Pinky and Rainbow nipping at their new clothes. A moment later, Fluttershy saw Iris on the cart the mayor was pushing, fresh and new. She took him off and placed him on the counter, laying him climb on Fluttershy's bandana. There you go, good as new,
Thank you.
Fluttershy said, making her way out of the Pokemon Center, and Pinky and Rainbow following behind.
Really resilient,
she remarked. The sun was already halfway up in the sky, with a small haze of clouds making their way to the west. The humidity from the other day had returned, making Rainbow and Pinky squirm in their new clothes. Ugh, this is gonna be disgusting later, Rainbow asked, already fitting her wing out from under her clothes. I can already feel sweat soaking through my pants. God, my panties are getting wet. What?
Nothing. Was just nothing.
With that, Pinky suddenly burst out into laughter, looking towards the path the Fluttershy knew they had to go next, against the sweltering western wind. Alright, let's see what kind of Pokemon we can find. There has to be some cool ones out there, Rainbow said in a hopeful voice as they trotted towards the western forest. Okay, hit it. Do 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 bum 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 da da da